We are so close, ladies and gentlemen, to number 6 Notre Dame facing number 10 Miami down in Miami Gardens, Hard Rock Stadium. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. The game can be seen on ABC. We're going to talk about three keys and a prediction for the game with Blue and Gold's Tyler James. Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the channel for more content and go to blueandgold.com for so much more preview coverage of this matchup. And Tyler, your key number one is get after Miami quarterback Carson Beck.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame can do that in a number of different ways. I think Notre Dame has the edge presence to do that with just four, but I think Chris Ash will try to blitz Carson Beck as well. And that was really an Achilles heel for Carson Beck last season. According to Pro Football Focus, he threw 5 touchdowns and 5 interceptions when he was pressured last season and completed just 38.6% of his passes. Compared to when he was clean, he completed 69.4% of his passes with 23 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. So more interceptions came percentage-wise when he was pressured. He only threw 70 passes while pressured on 105 dropbacks. So that he was protected well for the most part, but when he did get pressured, he made mistakes, and I think Notre Dame can pressure him. I don't think he has part of Carson Beck's success, I think, can be attributed to in 2023, Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey, and the dip in 2024, maybe because he didn't have weapons like that could get him out of trouble. So I'm curious if Miami has those kind of weapons. I don't think they do, at least to that level. Certainly not proven guys to that level. So I think Notre Dame can pressure Carson Beck and then put itself in a winning spot.
Key number 2, Tyler, protecting the football. Man, this is some good coach stuff right here. I feel like you're a coach with your keys here. But I mean, we talked about it with Bob Morton the other night. Like, if CJ Carra specifically doesn't have turnovers, I feel like, yeah, I agree with Bob. Like, the take of Notre Dame's going to get out of there with a comfortable win. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I think Notre Dame is its most vulnerable if turnovers allow Miami to build momentum, get the crowd fired up in Hard Rock Stadium. That haunted Notre Dame the last time they played Miami down in 2017. Obviously, two completely different football teams, but I think the scenario could be similar if Notre Dame's committing turnovers and you give that Miami crowd a reason to be confident, even though they're probably going to come into the game confident because that's the way they are.
Right.
But if they give them more evidence to do that in the game, I think that will put Notre Dame in a dangerous spot. I think CJ Carr needs to make smart decisions, avoid some unforced throws. I don't think he needs to force the issue. I think he can be a game manager in this game, and Notre Dame can still win. So I think protecting the football is very important for the Irish.
All right, Tyler, your third key to this matchup, explosive running plays.
Yeah, I think sort of obvious with the talent that Notre Dame has in its backfield and the ability that Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price have. They can make big plays happen at unexpected moments. I think the overall ability to run the football will play a big role in the outcome Sunday night. I think that takes the pressure off of Carr, prevents Miami from being too aggressive defensively, because if you make a mistake in short space in the box, like Price and Love can get out and they're gone, and you're left in a bad spot. Notre Dame finished tied for 4th in the country last season with 18 runs of 30+ yards. I expect Notre Dame to be able to do that again this season with a strong offensive line and those dynamic running backs.
Not necessarily a key or a talking point of this video, but I'm curious your just expectations for this Notre Dame defense with Chris Ash. I feel like a lot of hiring Chris Ash is kind of to keep things similar, like a similar profile to Al Golden. And I think a lot of what they're going to do is similar, but Ash is going to do some things differently. I think he's going to bring pressure in different ways. Yeah. So what is your expectation for this Irish defense against Miami?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some unpredictability there. I don't know that I necessarily have a good sense of what it's going to look like. Chris Ash is a master of revealing as little as possible when we do interviews with him, and rightfully so, especially going into a season opener, and he hasn't been a defensive coordinator at Notre Dame or anywhere in a handful of years. So yeah. I think the overall message from him has been like, hey, I'm just here to sort of keep things rolling in the right direction. I'm inheriting a great defense. I'm not trying to invent the wheel here. So I think there will be certainly some things that maybe catch Miami off guard. I don't think they'll be drastic, but I think Notre Dame's going to try to do some things to confuse Carson Beck and put him in some bad situations.
Yeah, looking at the line for this, this tweet that's on the screen, Notre Dame's a 2.5-point favorite on the road. This was from August 24th. We're recording this on the 29th. And the last I checked, the line has not moved. This is according to BetMGM. So it is kind of interesting to me that the line, no real movement to speak of. But let's hear your score prediction, Mr. James. What do you got for this one and why?
Yeah, my sense is that this is going to be a bit similar to the Texas A&M game last year,
Okay.
where the offenses struggle a bit on both sides. It's sort of a feeling out process. Obviously, Notre Dame again has a new quarterback, though. Riley Leonard obviously had much more experience than CJ Carr. I think Notre Dame eventually finds some success with its running game, and is able to pull away. So I have Notre Dame 24, Miami 20.
All right. I like that. I'd probably be somewhere around there, like, yeah, Notre Dame by 3 or 4 points. But go to blueandgold.com for more score predictions from our staff. And again, so much preview content leading up to this game. 7:30 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday night. You can find the game on the ABC. Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the Blue and Gold YouTube channel for more content. Head to the website. Lock into this very YouTube channel. Within moments of that game ending, myself, Bob Morton, Eric Hansen will be on this channel to talk about the game. So really appreciate you all for tuning in. And as always, we'll catch you next time.